Buster Murdaugh is speaking out, defending his father Alec, convicted following the infamous trial that put him behind bars for life. Now he's also making headlines, as Stephanie Goss reports.
This is not what I needed.
In his first on-camera interview since his mother and brother were killed on their family estate in South Carolina, Buster Murdaugh defends himself and his father Alec, who is serving a life sentence for the double murder, speaking with Fox Nation.
You think it was a crappy motive, and yet 12 jurors all agreed that your dad killed your mom and Paul.
That's right.
What do you think about that?
I do not believe it was fair.
Questions have swirled around Buster over a different death. Former classmate Stephen Smith, a 19-year-old whose body was discovered in 2015 on a road about 15 miles from the family property, where years later Maggie and Paul Murdaugh were shot and killed. Initially ruled a hit and run, the case was reopened in the weeks after the double murder, and state law enforcement is now investigating Smith's death as a homicide. There were unsubstantiated rumors that he and Buster Murdaugh were in a relationship. Murdaugh has never been identified as a suspect and does not face any criminal charges.
I never had anything to do with his murder, and I never had anything to do with him on a physical level of any regard.
Murdaugh was at his father's trial every day, taking the stand in his defense. But this was his response in the interview when asked if he thinks his father is a psychopath.
I'm not prepared to sit here and say that it encompasses him as a whole, but certainly I think there are characteristics where you look at the manipulation and the lies and the carrying out of that such, and I think that's a fair assessment.
That was Stephanie Goss reporting. Meanwhile, Alec Murdaugh facing 2 internal disciplinary charges in prison, including abuse of privileges and unauthorized use of an inmate's PIN number while booked. A spokesperson for the Department of Corrections says the charges stem from Murdaugh providing information to be delivered to the news media for an interview that's part of a documentary. That allegedly violated department policy, but was not a violation of the law. The SCDC sent a letter to Murdaugh's attorneys explaining that their conduct is prohibited by policy and warned them of the consequences. Because of this, Murdaugh has lost his phone, tablet, and canteen privileges for 30 days.